These people can get just Silas. Where is Silas?
Then we have
Silas Osambai huko Mumbai. Then where is Silas to represent your chair?
Sawa.
Ameenda wapi? Kuna mtu ameona Silas? Who is calling him? Roger, Captain.
Turudi nyuma. Turudi tu nyuma Munga.
Sio Kita.
We are good now. Nafikiri tuko tayari. Once you are ready, you let us know.
Niko. Sasa kuna watu wanajua sasa.
Sawa, nimechukua kamera.
Tunazuiliwa mbaya sana. Imekuwa ngumu.
Utazoea mengi.
So, take over, Captain.
We are very disorganized.
Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Your Excellency,
Today
we are here to present the report which has been as a result of the information of our task force on 30th of October, and today we are here to hand over the report. We've gone through the report with all the members and there are issues that were recommended, and this is a working document, and we hereby want to hand over this report so that the county government through the governor, His Excellency Dr. Mutai, interrogate and go through it and deliberate upon it with these members and see how they are going to implement the report. But as far as we've come, I want to thank all the task force members for giving their foot forward, their best foot forward, and delivering this report. And today, Your Excellency, I'm here to hand over to you the report so that you can interrogate it and share with the members of the county assembly. Please move forward.
Asante Silas. So I think we'll just take a few comments from the leaders
Just
that
a
are here.
minute, Senator.
Yeah.
Let these guys organize themselves first and then we can start.
Hawajapanga mzuri. Hayapanga broadcast. So that they start. We'll step turudi nyuma tu kidogo, 1 or 2 steps, so that mtu akikuja kuongea ako na space ya mahali pa kusemea. Yeah.
So you move to the other side, then these guys can you can stay on the other side.
Tuambie mkiwa tayari.
sawa. Uko sawa.
Kila mtu ako sawa?
We are okay. Uko sawa. We are okay.
Na mwenye simu yake nalia.
I think
We are good to go. So, like you've heard from chairperson of the task force, they were presenting the recommendations of their report to us today as a leadership, and we invited KTGA to be with us. KTGA is the umbrella body of all the multinationals that operate within Kericho County and beyond. So I think tumesikiza what they have said and what they've told us. This is just a brief session, lead us to react kidogo to the things they've had them say and put everything into perspective, because wananchi wengi wanauliza na wanataka kujua so what is the way forward from here, and the rest, what do you feel about what has been done so far, and what is the way forward. All that will be concluded by the governor, but before he speaks, I'll invite two people to just say something briefly, alafu tusonge mbele. Nitaanza na Silas, Vice Chair of KTGA, to give their reaction and comments and what is their proposal going forward, what they generally feel, so that because we began this journey with them and we want to complete it together successfully and have a thriving tea industry in our county. So karibu Silas, sema ambacho nataka kusema.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa Senator, and His Excellency the Governor, Kericho, the Task Force Chairman, members of KGTA and Katera President, and other stakeholders. Good afternoon. As the National Vice Chairman for KGTA, I stand here today to applaud the work that has been done by the task force that was appointed by His Excellency the Governor, Kericho. As KTGA and the Katera, we have appreciated that work, and we know there are some issues that have been raised in that report which are very good. There are some other issues which need some further discussions. So what we will want to do is that we need to form a working group whereby the county government should be able to come up with a technical team. KTGA and the Katera will also form a group so that we can be able to look at issues that have come out of this report and see how we can be able to go about actioning them. The request from KTGA and the Katera is that we really need to engage ourselves in a win-win situation. There are certain things which might be difficult, but if we go to the meeting with open minds, we should be able to come up with a solution that is going to assist the people of Kericho. So it will be very, very important that as bills are taken to the county assembly, I think the protocol should be that we should be able to agree as a working committee so that we avoid other legal hurdles coming up. And going forward, we would like to assure the Kericho County governments and the industry at large is that as KTGA, we are open to dialogue. We are very open. You can visit us in our premises through our KTGA secretariat. We can be able to make some engagements with the relevant people who want to know more about KTGA and the Katera. So I think with those two remarks, maybe I'll take any questions if they are there. But we are happy that the temperature in the county has come down. And Governor, well done. Well done. And the issue of mechanization, as I mentioned in the meeting, is a commercial decision, but let's discuss about it. We just need the county to be happy, and the people whom we think that are being trodden in really understand what our activities are. And let's avoid the issue of class wars, because I need to comment about that. The Talai people, yes, we hear you, but let's just tackle it in a mature manner. I was in Kisi town and yesterday but one, and I was driving a very big car. And somebody was going around saying that anybody driving a big car is a thief. because I think Kisi County government was going to launch some report on what pending bills. So people came asking, are you one of them? So it is very, very bad. But I told them that I earn my living in a very justifiable manner. So as we go through this journey, let us avoid what issues that can what make us not to work together. No class war, there's no rich people. Because if you look at these multinationals, Sotik might have only one white as an MD. Sasini might only have what? Maybe one white or so. Finlays might have 3 or 4. The rest, Africans. Me being one of them, we are Kenyans. So these are your companies. In fact, we should remove the issue of multinationals and just call them private companies. Thank you.
Asante. We can change the name at a small fee. And we agree on the revenue share with the profits. I want to give Mheshimiwa Justice Kemei to speak on behalf of all the members of Parliament and relay the apologies. So karibu, Mheshimiwa Justice.
Thank you, Senator. I want to speak on behalf of my colleagues, the members of Parliament who are not here today. As you are aware, we are engaged in the budget-making process. We've just finished the budget policy statement meetings, and there are quite a number of them are fully engaged at the moment. But they asked me to come here and to present them. And on their behalf, I must say I have gotten some recommendations from the report, which I think will provide a win-win situation for the investment in Kericho and also for the people of Kericho County. This investment is good for all of us, and we must reap the benefits from the investment. I am sure when we go down to the technical committee and analyze all the recommendations, we should be able to come with a way forward that will make sure that our people benefit, and that will make sure that the investment that we have in Kericho is also protected. Finally, I must thank the governor, I must thank the senator, because what they have done to form this task force has brought down the temperatures, and we're able to sit down and debate and agree with the private tea companies that we have in Kericho. I must say this is a way forward, and we look forward to further engagements so that the friction that we've realized in the recent past becomes a thing of the past. Thank you, and kama kuna maswali yote, nimesema nimekuja hapa kwa niaba ya wenzangu wabunge ambao kwa wakati huu wanajihusisha na budget making process, wametuma hapa ili tuweze kwa pamoja kuangalia ile report ya task force ambaye imepelekwa mbele ya governor, na bila shaka wakati itafika ya kuangalia na kupiga msasa, sisi kama wajumbe vile vile tutakuwa karibu na nyinyi ili tuweze kufanya kazi hiyo kwa minajili ya watu wetu wa Kericho County, na vile vile kuangalia kwamba investments ambazo tuko nazo katika Kericho County zimehifadhiwa. Asanteni, Mungu awabariki.
Asante. Hii report pia itafika mbele ya bunge yetu ya Kericho County, na nataka nimpatie nafasi kiongozi wa wabunge wetu wa County Assembly ya Kericho, Majority Leader, aweze kuzungumza nasi pia na kusema yale ambaye anafikiria na pia yale ambaye tutafanya hapa mbele. So karibu Majority Leader Safaricom.
So thank you very much, Honorable Senator, Governor, and everybody who is here. And actually is to thank most sincerely the task force members who came up actually with the report. We want to assure you that we will be going through the report line by line. We will also be in a position to do a lot of pieces from the same report. And actually what has been said by the representative from KTGA, the temperatures of actually the talks that has been going on will actually depend whether it will be going up or down. It will actually depend with the conversation now between the KTGA and the county government of Kericho. But what I believe from the look of things, we've come, we've discussed. I believe we will get through the same report. We'll do some recommendations also in a bid actually to bring the revenue collections of the county government of Kericho up in order for the citizens of the Kericho County to get enough services at their doorsteps. I believe with mutual understanding, working together, we'll be in a position to implement the contents of the report to the fullest. Thank you very much, and on behalf of honorable members of the County Assembly who are in Kisumu actually doing the budget, the CLSP of this financial year that is coming, I want to convey their apologies and in fact, and actually convey their apologies and inform the governor that they are in support. They are fully in support. You see, the recommended part of the recommendations of the report, the task force was asking all the leadership to support the governor. The governor get assured that the county assembly is behind you. So KPGS, you see Governor pushing, we are just behind him. Thank you very much and God bless you.
Asante majority leader Mheshimiwa Safaricom. Nafikiri sasa karibu tunamalizia, but also as a leader I want to register my appreciation to the task force for the very good job that they've done. The report is very exhaustive, I must say. Tumeketi pale, we have listened through the issues that they have covered. Almost, in fact, they went over and above what you had asked them to do, in all fairness. They have told us of even existing opportunities in these private estates that, as many people of Kericho were not aware of, opportunities where we can make better value for our people and better earnings for our county, many of which we are not aware. But we have appreciated. I also want to appreciate KTGA for coming to the table, because it's good that we reason together. In the past, I must say this because I've been around for a while, I have tried to get KTGA to a table to listen to us, and it wasn't very easy for one reason or the other. But I'm now happy that mmekuja kwa meza ili tuzungumze wote, because Kericho belongs to all of us. When Kericho thrives, we all thrive. When Kericho's fortunes go down, we all suffer. So it's in the best interest of all of us to ensure that whatever we are doing benefits our people. And therefore I want to appreciate the task force. They looked through many of the issues and have given us recommendations, which, as has been ably pointed out, will be reduced now to a working document that is presented before a technical team, who will go through point by point on what to do with each of the proposals that the task force is making. I've heard the tone of KTGA on many of the thorny and controversial issues. Previously, they would have said, no, that's not possible. But at least Silas has said today, come, let's talk. You know, previously, the tone was a bit difficult. So we really appreciate KTGA for that stand. Of course, we know what the thorny issues are. Mechanization is one big problem that we struggle with. I have seen the recommendation from the report is that we have a hybrid of both manual and mechanical labor to a certain, with a proposed ratio. We will be listening to, that's a proposal of the task force, which we are now taking to the technical working group, where KTGA will sit in the County Assembly of Kericho, because we have to give this process a formality of all the people of Kericho. And the parliament that represents all of us is the County Assembly of Kericho. There will be part and parcel of the technical working group, which I've heard the governor say within 2 weeks to maximum of 1 month, we should conclude on this process, sign on what needs to be signed, and conclude ndio tuweze kumaliza. We'll have representation from the union as well. The union plays a very important part in this discussion, because affected, those who have been laid off are their members. They also hold a very crucial key. I've seen there's a recommendation from the task force on prices that are paid, that we need to have a conversation with the union and see what is it that can be done that is sustainable, both for the business and for the livelihood of those who depend on this tea business. So I believe we are in a good place. We have also spoken of the land issues. which is another very thorny flesh. The need to, first of all, once we get the technical working group, there are parts which Ministry of Lands will unlock for us. Because as a county government, and the governor will speak perhaps more in detail about this, he has never seen the copies of the leases. And they are not with the Kericho Lands Office. We perhaps want to have a look at them in Nairobi. We want to know what is the size, so that we conclude first on to know what is the total land size that is under lease. We know that there are cases that are beginning to come up, and this is for your good, even you as KTGA. There are cases that are beginning to come up of people that pick up certain sections of the multinational tea estates that are under lease and lay claim to them. And the reason they are able to succeed is because at Kericho, we have no copy of the leases. You know the case that is going on in Sambret, which we have agreed together jointly with the governor and the team that has presented, that the county government of Kericho will seek to be enjoined. Because much as it is a Katera which is in dispute, a Katera is a leasee. The leaser of the land is Kericho County. So amwezi kwenda kwa kotini tenant na mwingine ambaye anasema nyinyi ni tenant na landlord hayuko hapo. Landlord paka pia akuje. And that's what we are going to do about the Sambret land issue. Kuna hiyo ingine ya Talai, na tumeambia wazee wetu wa Talai hakuna mtu ataguza shamba yenu. Governor will speak here and he will assure you LR 2505, the one next to Sambret. In the next few weeks it should be ready. It's in the adjudication stage. Na Talai wetu ambao wamengoja for so long, at least wale wazee kina Dixon and the rest huwa wananiambia mara mingi, Senator, karibu tunaenda bila kuona shamba ya mababu zetu. Na wahakikishia leo kwamba governor akiwa hapa ametuhakikishia na tutafanya kazi pamoja. That will not happen. You will see your land while you're still alive. That's the assurance that we are giving to the Talai community. So, gentlemen and ladies, we thank God because Kericho belongs to all of us. When it thrives, like I have said, we all thrive. We know the economic situation in county yetu because of all these disputes and the things that have been coming up. We are lining up very many good things that you're going to enjoy during our time in this, when God has granted us the chance to form government. Many of these land disputes previously ilikuwa ngumu, lakini kwa sasa at least tunajua governor akiandika barua na aniambie senator kuna kitu iko hapo Nairobi, kimbia na ufuatilia hapo lands. Sina kazi nyingine. Kazi yangu Nairobi ni kufuatilia haki na maslahi ya wananchi wa Kericho kule. Ni kuhakikisha na kwamba imefaulu. So ninawashukuru pia members wa County Assembly ambao wamesema tuko pamoja katika hii journey. I believe report ikikuja mbele yenu tuharakishe, we put together the technical working group, reduce the issues, agree. Now it's actually what we are going to do is a negotiation. Kuna proposal sisi tukapeana. Ni nyinyi mseme. Ingine hata haihusu KTGA na haituhusu sisi. Kama hii mambo ya valuation court, just to agree on what is the correct procedure for doing an updated valuation roll. Tutaandika kama county na KTGA, tuende mbele ya mahakama na tuambie tafadhalini make a decision so that we move forward. We are tired of this thing being a discussion over the years. So I think we are in a good place. Sitaki kusema mengi kuzidi hapo. Fikiri nimesema mambo yote yale ambayo nilikuwa nataka kusema. Nataka nimkaribishe governor pia aweze kuzungumza nanyi ili tuweze kukamilisha hafla ya siku ya leo. Asanteni sana. Sawa. Good. So karibu tumkaribishe governor.
Asante sana. Thank you so much, my brother Senator Aaron Cheruiyot, who is also our majority leader in the Senate, and all the stakeholders, KTGA, and all of us here and the members of press. As it's been prosecuted already, I just want to indicate that as we receive the report, we have had a very cordial and a very lovely engagement with KTGA, with all of us, and even in the past, this conversation has been ongoing. Today, we have just received this report, and I want to appreciate very sincerely the chairman and your team for a wonderful job done. You are not doing this for Senator Aaron or for Governor Mutai or for the Assembly of Kericho, but you are doing this for the people of Kericho. My pursuit and our pursuit have always been that we need a situation where our people in Kericho benefit from the resources that they have there. Aaron has put it very well that the county government of Kericho is the landlord, and my good friend from KTGA are the tenants. And so we were just having a conversation. The landlord has been having some few concerns And you call upon the tenant that can we have a conversation. And we are very excited that the tenant have also come and they have indicated that they are willing to listen to the landlord and sort out some of the issues there. From today's conversation, and I've seen a bit of the task force report, they are proposed in the report because they went round every sub-county and meet members of public and they met different stakeholders. And what has come out on the 20 issues of mechanization is that the report has proposed a 40-60% arrangement where we have 60% of mechanization, 60% of mechanization and 40% of hand labor. We've seen, for example, some other companies going 100% full mechanization, others doing 10%, and the rest doing this. We want to have an harmony on how we'll move forward as one. And this is a proposal that has been done by the task force. From here, we'll be able to move and do what is needs to be done in terms of forming a technical team to agree now with the two parties. Secondly, on the question of land rates, of course, we know there's a valuation case which has been ongoing in the courts, and we'll be also engaging IDGA to see and resolve that whatever matter is which is in court, we reach a situation where we don't spend taxpayers' money in fighting for cases. We are living in 21st century, and it is quite abnormal that two people cannot sit down and agree on something. Let's always use the court as the last resort when we have exhausted all the channels. And it is this reason that I'm also appealing to IDGA that once we have the technical committee, kindly look away of also pulling away the causes, because it's also expensive to you and expensive to the county government. And we can have a fairer way and a cheaper way of actually solving our conflicts. On that same matter, we have also looked onto the matters. They have given us a report on this, on the social responsibility, and there's been even a suggestion on how a national polytechnic can be built here in Kericho. Team from TVET have made their conversation. It is something that I know the technical committee would be able to put on the table. Basically, I've just mentioned some few of the highlights, but what we also want to agree is that together with the senator, we've been pursuing this matter of resurveying, and we had a feeling as a county that we have close to 5,000 acres which is not declared, accounted for. And like I said before, somebody is here from Ekatera, because it is us in Ekatera, not the entire of the tea estate. The landlord, somebody has just asked for a survey, nothing more. And I know with your smile and look, and even from there, that you are really very much, together with the landlord, we will check again the average and people also to help the Kipsigis people understand what is their position. If it was undeclared, we'll see what to do. It's not punitive, as don't let no one misinterpret that we are doing this to chase anyone. We are just saying for the purpose of rates that let's know the exact aggregate that we have, and that will help us to move forward. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, is that we look forward to a healthy relations between us and the investors in Kericho. One of our key investors is the multinational stakeholder that we have here, and is one of our key investors in Kericho. And I want to assure you that with this kind of a debate and conversation, we'll be able to strengthen even more our working relations with them and see how the community will benefit also, even as they also make our profit. The only point of departure is that we will not allow any investor in Kericho to do 200% profit and people are suffering. We want to have a win-win situation where as they make their profits, the people are also benefiting from the same. So issues has been raised. I know there's been issues which I don't want to prosecute today here on the PPC issues. I just want to mention that the police is actively on this case, because sometimes this thing is beyond the private investor. It's just about an individual's character and behavior. But we have asked the police, and I'm happy to report that the police are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Complaints and complainants have been asked to report and register their issues so that prosecution will take place. And I'm happy to note that again, the concerned companies, they took over the matter seriously and they stopped the contracts of those who were doing so. Because generally it affected our whole overall of the tea industry. And I was worried as the governor that it may reach a point, Senator, that our tea will not be consumed across the world. Because this thing was a slap on our faces. but we want to work and ensure that we support even the management to ensure that the culprits are actually brought to book. And it is a decision that we are having to have a safe environment for our women workers in the tea estate, and not just our women workers, but even the people who are working in the tea estate and other industries and investors have a safe environment that they are working as per the law because it is their right. As we end today this conversation, it is almost bringing us to an end of a very high octane conversation that has taken the world into a serious following on Kericho and keeps its people, including Bomet. So as we take over this, we ask our people going forward then, that please let's stop federalizing what is in the tea estates. We have had conversations with them. We call them for peace between the tea investors and the community. We call for peace today. We call that no machine again should be burned down. No tea should be plucked illegally, because as it is now, we have had our conversations. And it is for this reason that we are asking our young men, we know the pain that you are going through there. We know the suffering that you are going through there. But please allow us the leadership, together with KDGA, that we have, our final conclusion on this within the next 1 month. We should be able to have reached our conclusion on the same. And I know that we are going to have a win-win situation which will help us have a gainful employment while at the same time we have a peaceful relationship with our people. So we call for calm, we call for peace within our county, and I assure the residents of Kericho that me, Senator Aaron Cheruiyot, the MPs, and the Assembly, who is represented today by the Deputy Speaker and the majority, all of us are in this thing together. All of us. None of us is not in this thing. We are all in this thing, and what is supposed to be done by the Assembly in terms of legislation will be taken to the Assembly. What requires Senate, our majority leader is here, it will go to Senate. What requires Parliament, we have Charles representing the team, and he has given us his word that will go to Parliament. It may take some little time, but be patient with us as we find out a working solution out of this. Thank you so much, all of us. God bless you, and thank you, the team, once again, for the good job you have done. We will continue working together strongly to ensure that we benefit our people.
Before maybe you change to this, I have a question about the land rates. Maybe to Captain, in your recommendation you said it to be increased from between 5,000 to 10,000. I don't know whether you have a specific figure for that.
It is upon the discretion of the county assembly as they work on the valuation roll to determine. I've given them the range that is between 5,000 and 10,000. So upon the deliberation in the county assembly, they'll work within that range and they'll be able to come up with a figure that is going to be charged on the rates.
But for the task force, do you have a specific recommendation?
The matter right now, as we speak, it is in the valuation court. It is being handled by the magistrate. I don't want to talk the merits and demerits of it, but upon being ruled, I've given the range that they can charge it.
Thank you. So maybe one last thing is that we are going to form a team of 6 from the county government of Kericho, and that will also include the assembly and probably a member of parliament, and then a person from one person or two from the public stakeholders. And once we form the team of 6, we expect also Silas and his team to form a working technical committee. And then we give ourselves a timeline that we do this within the first 1 week, so that within a month we should be able to have reached somewhere and that's what should be done. Because there's a lot of anxiety from our people and we don't want to continue with this anxiety. We want this matter to be settled once and for all and move forward. So, okay, I'm going to say this. So, my around. Okay.
Okay, nange moya kutit kechokin kele kokitoche ra report nebo committee nekika kidirector in county nebo Kericho apo ngalek chekia kokoromekitun en county nenyon nebo Kericho ngalekab moshinishek ak land rates anan kodi chenyolu koliponi multinationals cheboisien Kericho County. Kingetar siasa kenyoru kengalal ko kikondoik ak kekoshine kele nangechop task force neumi ngalechu tugul mpaka chemwoe wananchi, chemwoe union, chemwoe multinationals ak kenyeketobote kekoshinechi kele kilionen sikenyorun kengalal eng kibagenge ndamun en imanit kemoche Kericho nenyon kokimite mungaret ko ngokimit Kericho ko kakikimekitu tugul ko kokimwochini biik chetindo biashara eng Kericho kelenji yan kabit ngalek cheu chu ko maki biik cheyachen ki biik chekikose ngalek chomwoe kemwoe kakech akokwek ngalek chekakitindoi ak kekoshinechi kit agenge kebe banda ne agenge kenyoru borotet en emenyon nebo Kericho. Ko en betuni Ibrahim ko kaketach report kakokonech proposal chechwak ak findings ngalek tugul chekonyor en ngalek chu tesetai ako kakokon proposal icheket ko kakekoshinen tuyoni Ibrahim kele kakibayan komasta ngunon nebo negotiation kekoshinechi kele kimoche echek ko ki biikab Kericho kouni en mechanization ko kakelenji kakekas ngalek chomwoe lakini mamukokse komanda biik kabilana nomoche komanda kalyan matino tomoche onde moshinishek chu ko nongenyoru kakuyet kele kipcheito ano kenyor ratio nemaya nekapcheak komi komasta nebo moshinishek komi komasta nebute biik ak eunek sitokosi kasisiek biikchok. Proposal nekakikochi ne ngunon ko kakoyan akichek biikab KTGA kole kibwone meset kibokokoito akichek their proposal ko taskforce ko kakotar komastanywan kongetu ngunon keib reportini kwa county assembly ako recommended negotiation kekoshinechi kemwa kele aroyoni what percentage 50-50 60-40 polionen tar kekoshinechi kit agenge kakimwa kora ngalekab beit neliponi bichu kodi nebo mbaret kele ndamun mi kotini ngalechu ko ngesirchin kotini kelenjin otar ak ole kotilde kekoshinechini kunoton ndamun kikibare ketes ngalekab land rates koba kotini icheket ko lakini kikokake kesinoton amakitile ko chito neumioni ko echek mengikab Kericho nemakinyoru rabinik kobun mbarenyo ko kakekoshin ak bichu kele kisirchini kotini kelenji kakekono ngalechu otil ak ole kotilde kekoshinechini yoton. Nebo mwisho ko ngalekab mbarenik chekakimwoe bichu kele ingoyan kebe Ministry of Lands kibekenemu leases keker kole mbarenik chemi lease eng Kericho ko tiana ngamun en inguni kengololi en officeab lands eng Kericho ko mamiten kopi chebo leases ichoton noton sikere kokobit biik che rebe mbarenik cherubekee ak multinationals ku ngolionde non kingen tugul ako mbaret nemi yumbo Samuret nekakekoshinechi ak gavana kele wendi county government nebo kochute kesinoton kole kanda en inguni ko chetitos ko ekatera ak bicho lele nenywan mbaret ko echek biikab county ne nenyonet mbaret kemoche kebe kelenji kotini pak mi biik chemoitos tany ne nenyon en yu amakitebene kole lionote tenyi sikenai kole bendito ano ngalechu o kakekoshinechi kemwochi talae kole barananywan arubekee ak kapchain LR number 2505 motu orokenchi kakokochi gavana hakikisho kole en tai makotore akot arawet agenge mi Ministry of Lands keyai ngalekab adjudication komalo kekur tuyet neo kikurot mpaka president nyokokoito title chebo mbaranato sikonai bichu ndamun bichu ko struggle nenywan ko kikoek historical kenyisiek chechang ako kikoba boisiek chechang koriptos akobo mbaranito so ketore ngalechoton komie ak ngalek alak chemiach chekaran chekingololen akobo county nenyon choton ngalek chekakitindoi betuni Brian kongoi mising.
Asante sana. So lastly, before I switch to French, we assure the Tarai community that their land is safe. Actually, like Aaron has said, we have been pursuing this matter. When we took over, one of the things we agreed with Aaron was we need to sort out the Sondu boundary. We sat down with Aaron, we said we must sort out the boundary in Sondu, we must sort out the Poko farm, Poko land, and then we must sort out the Talai here, and Chelimo. And I can tell you, we are not rested. We have, and Changwai, we've been in the office of lands together with Aaron. We've even raised these issues with the peers. We have written letters. We have created technical committees that are working and having discussions on this. And so I'm assuring you, Majes, we don't say a lot of things here, but so much is working beneath. And we just ask Interlake community. We know you've suffered, and I can assure you with this leadership today, you see we are still young and age is on our side. And I assure you we don't want curses. My children and Aaron are still in CPC somewhere down there, and I can assure you we don't want any curse. We want our children to prosper, even as also children prosper, and we give you our word today as the leaders of this county that will sort out that. Taskforce reporter, Obato le ngala la mama ko mo missing Senator Aaron Ngam gikitaba tagele ara gibetito yone ngalecho ka go bexiasa kelianen so abit kenyorun amicable solution nebo ngalechu mashinishek ak ngalekab rates eng China chukecha. Kitabote ake kashine kele kaikai ketown task force noton ko kinochin kaptei no kakoni report nenywanet kemoi kemwa kongoi angamu report no kiko kokakoni recommendation chekororon. One of the things chekakomwawech kang'alal tuguk chekimokibwate alak kele imuche kong'et kapchain kotekwe polytechnic eng Kericho. Tuguk chekimokibwate imuche kong'et kapchain kotoret komoswek alak chemomiten beek keshere tuguk choton. Lakini eng ng'alekab mashinishek for example nongen ale kikini korom mising kokakonech proposal kingong'alal ak Raya akong'alal ak kapchain akong'alal ak bichu tugul koko proposal nekale ndakibute mechanization 60% kikochi biik 40%. Inono ko proposal nekako neyoche keng'alalen ak kesholeten tuguk chemokyingei ng'atutik keibe koba assembly o kamiro assembly kondochin majority ak speaker ak MCs alak chekamiro ko kakekoshine kele chenyolu koba assembly kobendi assembly. Lakini nebo mwisho namoche amwai bikyok kityo amoche amwai ale mau en taa yukinye ra ketinye KTGA nemuche kotobot akokas ako kakekoshine kele yu kibendi kemoche kesolven kii so tuguchu kakemwa kokakimwa kele okamwa kele makimoche imanit ab kipsigisiek kerep eng kasar age tugul. Tuguk chebo kipsigisiek kong'ete kipsigisiek. Mokornotet nebo kipsigisiek kwamak ichek kipsigisiek mokornotenywan. Agenge mokornotet nebo kipsigis ko kapchain ini. Okakonu example nebo Lima Masai Mara ale ngamun ng'etu paselet nekararan komuche kosomeshan lagokwak. Ko kimoche ake ichek kele eng kapchain ini kemoche situation nebo rabinik cheliponwech kapchain eng ng'alekab revenue. Ng'alekab social responsibility kong'etwech kii nekararan nekotoreti lagokyok koba sukul toreti bikyok koba barak biashara. Akot ng'alekab butetab chaik ko kingen kele kakekonech proposals kele kimuche kebute chokchok. Kakimwa kele technical team nekifomeni ra kobendi kora sikong'alal ak leba akichek akokoshin kole kibutito ano chaichuton kokakekoshin ak bichu. Lakini atinye kayanet aketinye kayanet neo kele kararan tayo kebendi Kericho. In fact kamonyola amwachi chu akinamwa akitake ng'ale kotoretech oboino konyokehosteni Kericho aketekwech the biggest campus in Kericho Road nebo Water Institute, the Kenya Water Institute nebo South of Misima ng'alal kele noten olon kele noten kele pole pole eketubo konyo gaa so bwane engineers wiki no konyoketekwech a very big campus institute for water here in Kericho. And that will be for the South. And you know, this is the efforts of us and Senator and the rest. As much as we're here, we just look around and then see what is there. We negotiate, and finally we are going to host the biggest water institute, a campus here in Kericho. And that is really some of the few good steps that we are working on to ensure that we improve the economy. So much as we are talking about this today, this is not the only focus we have. We also have other issues of concerns that we are trying to look on how to build the economy of Kericho. So kakiswa mwite kwa nane, yele chumbe chumbe magibi kiachene okaibit na yung agebe ke openi kele kisata ke bi ko age bi ta ke chamdosi age toroche ke ko ta ko bi kwa ra ta ke ko ko bina lechu. So gra ke form the technical team ne amwa le ke form the technical team no big lo na muso na report ni bichwanyi ko ke report ko ne ane cha ke mwa ai no ne wenda sebeli ajo ni lo ko bano ajo jo che ke direct and then koma siki kuwe tega na agno ni amugo report ogi umikitendo go lakini kile kwa maana ku report ni ko public and that is why even senator copy ke bo chance a copy ko parliament a copy ya ngo ngitika bana no Kericho a copy ya ko county assembly ko ne mi county assembly a ko mi majority ro ko chi ya ke to ni ke county assembly ko ne nyato ko ya ke gasta ke ba ke so man iwa itega ke office the county assembly a ke be le go na ke kidogo o ka ke ne because this tax force is a product of taxpayers' money. And being a taxpayers' money because we are paying the tax force, we are saying the document is open to the public. And that is why after this we are going to give a document to Senator Aaron, and we'll give one to Charles Kemei on behalf of the Parliament, and we'll give one to the Assembly. And we are inviting the members of the public, because this was your money that was put into this. If you want to read the report, you can also go to the Assembly and read it. We will also upload it to the county website, so that whoever wants to have conversation with the same, you can read it at your pleasure. Otherwise, kufikia hapa nasema asante KDJ for your time. I know you have sacrificed a lot, and I'm seeing my friend, I don't know if he has some gift for TV for me, but no problem, we're going to have a conversation on that. But thank you so much, all of us, and God bless you. After this, we're having another meeting with the stakeholders of education. We have the TSE Director of Education, we have the Ministry of Education Director, we have KUPPET, we have NAT, and we have other stakeholders because we also want to discuss the status of education in our